it's for the taking. No hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
Focus, son. Mike Fofo. Here we go, here we go. Out, 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 out. No, lady. 44 to Mike. Hey, Zoo.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
3rd down.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Jaguars.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
We're going to start. 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Darnold on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
General West. Ready? Hey, wahoo! 44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. Get your swerve on. 44's to touch.
Now it's Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, but now it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike's hey, Alpha. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. I got you.
Throwing again is Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles, and it's Timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Touchdown. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Now Leonard Fournette. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From midfield now, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run with Love. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Stepping up, he's going to Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
Exactly. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
At the 34-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Out of the gun, Geis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time, we do indeed a big hit for a loss. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Get him. Get him.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Faking the give, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. That'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
Check 24. Check 24. Motion, motion, motion.
Darnold to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Mike's 50. Let's go. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Jackson. The open man is Shark. It's complete.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. On 1st down, Love. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Check, check. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
They'll try and get it with Geis. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now on 2nd and 16, Darnold. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
44, Mike, 44. Silver. Bofo's and Mike. Hey, Steve 6.
Now Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack with a sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
"51 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
He had no
rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Jackson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. Take the Pittsburgh. I got him. Motion. Hey,
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. That one goes for 8 yards.
Let's go. Let's do this.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Jackson. Caught by his tight end, Wesco.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Under 10. Check 37.
And Jackson throwing once more. This is caught. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Darnold. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
On first down, this is Geis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check it back, check it back.
At the 36-yard line.
Spons, no, young lady.
Here's Geis. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Check. Hey, we heavy on the edges, Lady. 44. Five. You can't block me. Bofo's the Mike. Mike's Bofo.
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 27 yards there, a first down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
Hey, check. Watch twist.
On 2nd down now, Dillon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Third down, here's Geis. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Darius Geis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This time, Jackson will throw it. They'll roll him out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Love. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Young lady. Here we go, young lady. Hey, Charlie. Here we go.
To throw is Darnold. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Here you go, young lady. 44, Mike, 44. Don't get nervous. Hey, Foxtrot. Ready. Hey, man.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Watch the twist.
Off of play action, Darnold. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 79 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. DJ Chark, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's go now. Pittsburgh. Tight end right.
Shotgun handoff now for Love. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
It's now 4th down.
50's the Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Right here.
Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And some room to roam now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Darius Geis, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10
Bring it up.
at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 50.
Now Jackson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 3rd down, Jackson. That one complete. He finds Shark. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Quick the edge. Hey, come.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
To throw is Jackson. He's got his tight end, Oliver. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Jaguars.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. Jackson, offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson throwing again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Now in desperation, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches,
and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that.
It's caught inside the 25. A big third down play there for the Jags. 57 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Shark's got it, left side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And the Jaguar first down.
Let's go. 15-90, 15-90, 59. I got you.
They'll run on first down. It's Love. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
We're going to sign. We're going 25 to Mike. Yo, lady. Hey, 25.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.